Hi friends, for today's class we are going to be moving up and down and exploring different directions of the mat today. So stick with it, I promise you it is going to be so much fun. If you haven't liked or subscribed to the page, please do so now, that would be deeply appreciated. For today's class, we are going to start on our backs, but I want you to bring your feet in towards each other, press your heels and your toe mounts together. And we're going to be in this Supta Baddha Konasana shape on our backs. And just close your eyes. You can place your hands anywhere you wish. But just take these first moments to settle and arrive. Try to maintain a nice neutral spine. Connect with the natural rhythm of your breath. I always like to start practice on a position where we are on our backs because we feel the breath more. Perhaps set an intention, set a dedication for your practice today. Let your journey begin and allow some level of self-inquiry. Feel the natural curves of your spine. Relax your shoulders. Feel your hips create a deeper opening with every breath. Go ahead and float your arms up towards the sky. Take an inhale here. On your exhale, I want you to C-curve the spine. Drive your fingertips towards the front of the mat. On your inhale, slowly lower down. And I want you to activate that TVA, that transverse abdominis. So if you could give me a quick cough. And if you feel that contraction, just in the area around your bony prominence of your hips, your ASIS, you'll feel that contraction. And on our exhale, we're going to C-curve that spine. Feel that core engagement of the TVA. Exhale out through pursed lips. Inhale to slowly rise down. This time as we exhale, I want you to exhale out through pursed lips, and I want you to engage your pelvic floor muscles. Visualize yourself as if you're holding your P. On your exhale, rise up. Hold your P. Inhale to lower. On your exhale, through pursed lips, hold your P as you rise up. This may seem like a small and subtle movement, but believe me, this is the correct way to activate your core. One more time. Take an exhale to rise up. And we'll pause here for 3, 2, on 1. Slowly rise down. And drop your arms along to your side. And we're going to take this Supta Baddha Konasana supported bridge pose. Take an inhale to prepare. On your exhale, drive your hips up towards the sky. And it doesn't have to be a big movement, just go at your own range. Hold it here, engage your glutes for 3, 2, on 1, slowly lower down your hips onto the earth. Hug your knees in towards your chest. Take a couple of rocks back and side to side. On your exhale, I want you to just rock up. And on your inhale, rock back. Use your core to prevent you from going all the way up. And from here, make your way into this bear stance position. And I want you to just windshield wipe those hips for a moment here. I love to do this every time I wake up in the morning to wake up my hips. As you make your way to center, draw your arms just in front of you. Try to maintain a nice long spine here. Hold it here for 3, 2, on 1. Bring your hands towards the back of the mat. And I want you to maintain this nice long spine here. Up dog the chest, pull the collarbones forward. And we're going to shin box our way over towards the left side of the mat. Rise up tall here, and I want you to fold over this left leg. And just go at your own range. Try not to reach your deepest depth yet. You could use your arms to counterbalance as you focus on externally rotating this right leg to bring yourself back to center. We're going to play a lot with internal and external rotation of our hips for today's class. Take an inhale to prepare. On your exhale, I want you to drop all your knees towards the right side of the room. Work on internally rotating this left leg. Fold over that right shin. Exhale to come back to center. Work on externally rotating that left leg as you internally rotate that right to come back to center. Take a couple of these rounds at your own pace, but I want you to go methodical in your movement. So really focus and bring an awareness into that internal and external rotation. And don't worry if you're moving up and down the mat, it's only natural. Use your shins to press the ground away as you externally rotate that right leg out. As you internally rotate that left leg, shin box over. One more round, both sides, fold over that left shin. Then fold over that right shin. This time as you shin box your way over to the left, go ahead and adjust yourself towards the center of your mat. And as you shin box your way over towards the left, I want you to walk your right fingertips towards the top corner of the mat. Thread your left arm underneath this right arm. Find a supported bridge pose. Slowly lower down onto your back. And almost as if you're getting up from bed in the morning, just use that right hand to bring you up. Come back to center in this bear stance. And we're going to make our way to side 2. This time, shin box your way over towards the right side. And I want you to place your left fingertips this time at the corner of your mat. Thread the right arm underneath you, supported bridge pose. Slowly lower down your back on to the mat. And like you're coming up from bed, use that left hand to help you up. Bear stance. On your exhale, shin box over towards the left. Walk your right fingertips towards the top of the mat. Thread your left arm through. Supported bridge pose. And you're going to take several rounds at your own pace here. Just try to find your own sense of flow. And it's okay if you're moving in all sorts of directions around the mat. Just find this essence of flow. Make your way onto center. And this time we're going to make our way onto our tabletop position. So bring your wrists directly underneath your shoulders. Wrap the triceps in as your knees are placed underneath your hips. Go ahead and circle over the wrists. Try to explore your movement here. This is, after all, a practice of freedom and structure. And just take this opportunity as a moment to be free. Push the ground away from you as you warm up your wrists. You could switch sides. And I want you to move from the hips here. It doesn't matter how or what you look like. What matters is what you feel like. And change directions of your palms. Point the fingertips to opposite sides of the mat. And I just want you to lean into your wrists. Find that nice stretch. Try not to go beyond your edge. Then flip the hands so that the fingertips are pointing towards you. Try to widen up the stance here with your arms. The tendency is to narrow it down, but we want to keep it nice and wide. And if you'd like to take a plank pose in this position, you could stay down onto your knees. But for those of you who are taking the plank, hold it here for 3, 2, on 1, slowly lower down your knees onto the earth. Flip your palms back to center. And from here, we're going to work on our hip cars. And cars stand for controlled articulate rotations to work on the mobility of our hip joints. So from your tabletop position, I want you to draw your right knee just close in towards your chest. You could point or flex the foot. Make sure your back is in a nice neutral spine this entire time, almost as if you could rest a block on your lower lumbar spine. Take an inhale to prepare. On your exhale, I want you to focus on externally rotating that right hip out. On your next breath, focus on that internal rotation, then draw it back to center. Take an inhale to prepare. Draw that knee in towards your chest. On your exhale, externally rotate it out. Remember, nice neutral spine. Then internally rotate those hips and bring the right knee down. Now we're going to work on opposite directions. So from here, as you bring your right knee close in towards your chest, I want you to bring that knee up. Then externally rotate that right hip. Then internally rotate it back in. One more time, bring that right leg up. Externally rotate that right hip. And bring it back down to center. Let's make our way to side 2. Take a breath in. Draw your left knee close in towards your chest. On your exhale, externally rotate that left hip out. Then big internal rotation of that hip. Nice neutral spine. Bring it back to center. Externally rotate that left hip out. Internally rotate that hip next. Back to center. One more time. This time we're going in the opposite directions. Bring that left leg out. Then rotate it towards the side. Bring it back to center. Bring that leg out. Externally rotate it. And internally rotate that leg to center. Bring your hands along the corners of your knees, almost as if your hands can make a nice half circle from each pinky to the next. Take a deep inhale to prepare for our moment of flying integration. On your exhale, I want you to protract through the shoulders as you drive the knees into the collarbones. Sit the hips down low for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Plant the palms, step into your downward facing dog. Pedal out through the feet. Inhale, the right leg reaches up towards the sky. Bend the right leg, and I want you to circle with that right leg. Imagine as if you're drawing a big, big circle over towards the right side. Make sure you're not sinking over towards the left side of your body. And switch directions. As you make your way back to center, I want you to circle that right leg over so that the right foot lands to the outside of right hand. Make your way into low lizard lunge. Use your back foot to shift you forward and back. Feel that opening in the right inner hip. Slowly lower down that left knee onto the earth as you reach that right arm up towards the sky. Focus on twisting from your upper thoracic spine. On your exhale, plant the right palm down as you press into modified pyramid pose. Your front leg could be bent or it could be straight. Just focus on flexing that right foot towards your body. Drop the right foot outside of right hand as you drag the left foot to meet the outside of left hand. Inhale into your active yogi squat. Try to get some buoyancy in the legs here. Try to separate the knees out. Keep your glutes engaged and keep them active. Use your arms for counterbalance. On your exhale, drive up to stand, hands come to heart center. Inhale, reach your arms up towards the sky. Exhale to sit the hips low, active squat. Inhale to plant the palms, bend through the arms, step the right foot back, followed by the left. Downward facing dog. Inhale, the left leg reaches up towards the sky. Bend the left leg, and I want you to draw those circles with that left leg. Try to imagine that you're drawing the biggest circle of your life. Then switch directions. As you make your way back to center, I want you to circle that left leg out to step the left foot to the outside of left hand. Low lizard lunge. Use your back right foot this time to shift you forward and back. Press on all four corners of that left foot. Lower the right knee down onto the mat. As you reach the left arm up towards the sky, imagine as if you're expanding your wings. Plant the left hand down as you push into your modified pyramid pose. And again, your leg could be bent, it could be straight, however you choose. Slowly lower the left foot down to the outside of left hand as you drag the right foot to meet the outside of right hand. Inhale takes you to active squat. Exhale to straighten out through the legs, hands meet at heart center. Inhale to reach your arms up towards the sky. Exhale to sit the hips down low, active squat. Inhale to plant the palms, step the left foot back, followed by the right, downward facing dog. Take an inhale here. On your exhale, I want you to straighten out through your legs as you ripple the spine piece by piece into your high plank pose. Slowly lower down onto your belly. Reach your arms behind you. Find your locust pose. Find your elevation. Draw the shoulders down the back body. Hold it here for 3, 2, on 1. Plant the palms, rise up into your high plank. Take a full push-up. Knees and forearms lower down to the earth. Use your toes to pull your way into upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. We'll take 3 rounds of the Awakening Yoga Surya Namaskar A, but this time use this opportunity to hop, step, or float your feet to the outside of your hands, and we'll meet in an active squat. And find your own rhythm. Wrap the triceps in, gaze between the wrists. Inhale to lift the heels, bend the legs, bottom of the exhale, step, float your feet to the outside of your hands. Inhale, active squat. Exhale, straighten up the legs, hands come to heart center. Inhale, reach your arms up, push your hips forward. Exhale to sit the hips down low, active squat. Inhale, plant the palms, either step or float into the Awakening Yoga Vinyasa. Take a full push-up, high plank, knees and forearms fall down to the earth. Pull your way into upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. No pause here, 1 breath per movement. Inhale to lift the heels, bend the legs, bottom of the exhale, step or float feet to the outside of hands. Inhale, active squat. Exhale to straighten out through the legs, hands come to heart center. Inhale to reach your arms up towards the sky. Exhale to sit the hips low. Inhale to plant the palms, either step or float into your vinyasa. One last round, you're doing great. Inhale to lift the heels, bend the legs, bottom of the exhale, step or float into your active squat. Inhale. Exhale to straighten out through the legs, hands meet at heart center. Inhale to reach your arms up towards the sky. Exhale, sit the hips low. Plant the palms, either step or float into your vinyasa. And take 5 full breaths in your downward facing dog. Now is the time to tap into your Ujjayi breath as you try to process this newfound energy in your own physicality. Try to flick your tailbone up towards the sky. Walk your hands towards your feet. And I want you to click your feet out so that your feet are on opposite ends of the mat. Sink into your Malasana. And we're going to work on a lot of internal rotation of the hips here. Just settle into your Malasana. Of course, you could use blocks to help keep you upright. You could even place a block underneath your butt if you wish. And then you're just going to kind of establish a sway side to side. Try to spread open the knees as wide as possible. You could be on your toes as well, however you wish. Then we're going to come up on the right toes as the right thigh internally rotates in. The hands could be in the picture here. As you externally rotate that right thigh out to open. On your exhale, internally rotate this left thigh in. Then use your left toes to pull you way back to center. Internally rotate that right thigh. Big external rotation, open. Drop the left knee down. Open up the left knee. This time we are going to plant the right hand as the right knee drops down. Plant the right hand. Drive this right knee in towards your collarbones. Focus on that compression. Exhale to kick it out. Inhale to drop it back all in. Stab your right toes to open you up. Then big internal rotation with this left knee. Plant the left palm. Drive left knee in towards the chest. Exhale to kick it out. Find your own essence of flow here as we take several rounds of this. Drive right knee in towards the collarbones. Exhale, push it out. Inhale, stab the right toes onto the mat as you open up back to center. Exhale, drop left knee down, plant left hand. Drive that left knee in towards the chest. Exhale, kick it out. One last round here. Stab the left toes in. Drop right knee down. Drop the right hand down. Compress that right knee in towards the chest as you exhale out. Stab the right toes in as the left knee comes down. Plant the left hand. Drive left knee in towards the chest. Exhale to kick it out. Drive it back in. Stab the left toes under. Stand up into a wide leg forward fold. Beautiful work. And click the heels closer towards each other as you walk your hands out into downward facing dog. Take an inhale here. On your exhale, step or float feet right behind the wrists. And from here, I want you to slowly make your way up, rolling each vertebrae piece by piece. Try to recenter yourself into your Tadasana. Inhale, reach your arms up towards the sky, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, cactus, open up the arms. Draw your elbows down towards your hips. Hands meet at heart center. Now I want you to focus on all your weight shifting on towards that right foot. Take an inhale to prepare. On your next inhale, I want you to drive that left knee in towards your chest. You could hold that left knee in towards your chest if you wish. I just want you to focus on driving energy up from the earth through that right foot. Take a moment to find a drishti point. Find your focus, find your balance. Then we're going to bring the hands up to shoulder height. Take an inhale here. On your exhale, kick this left foot out and push the arms forward. Inhale to draw it back in. As you hinge your way forward, left foot finds the back of the mat. Find a bent leg, Anjani Asana. Reach your arms in front of you. And we're just going to take several rounds of, again, working on that internal and external rotation of the hips. Take an inhale here. On your exhale, I want you to drive out into this goddess pose / active squat. Close up through the shape by coming back into your double bent lunge. Use your left toes to swing you back and forth. Take an inhale here. On your exhale, drive it open. Active squat, goddess pose. Then drive it off to close. Internal rotation. External rotation out for good measure. Internal rotation back to center. And from here, we are going to open up into that active squat goddess pose. But I want you this time to plant the right hand to the outside of your mat and drive that right knee in towards your chest, working on that active compression as we did earlier, and thread that right leg through. Plant the left hand down. As you drive your hips open, bring your right arm up towards the diagonal. Reverse tabletop. Slowly lower down the hips as the right hand plants to the outside of the mat. Right knee draws in towards the chest. Exhale to stand. Focus on internally rotating that left knee to come into your double bent leg lunge. And it's only normal to lose your balance here, but just focus on this internal and external rotation. Lean your weight forward as that left knee draws in towards the chest. Plant the left foot down. This time I want you to focus all your weight onto that left foot. Take a moment to recenter in your Tadasana. Now inhale, reach your arms up towards the sky. Exhale, cactus open. Hands meet at heart center. Take an inhale here. And exhale out. On your next inhale, drive that right knee in towards the chest. You can hug that right knee if you wish. Again, focus on your drishti point. Focus on your balance. Then bring the hands over to shoulder height. Take another inhale here. On your exhale, push everything out. Inhale, hinge forward as that right foot finds the back of the mat. Double bent leg, Anjaneyasana. Reach your arms in front of you. And again, we're going to do several rounds of this internal and external rotation. On your next exhale, I want you to open up. Close off with this right leg. Exhale to open. Inhale to close. Exhale to open. Your glute should be on fire right now. One more time. Exhale to open. Inhale to close off through the shape. This time as we exhale to open, bring your left hand and plant it to the outside of your mat. I want you to press this left knee in towards your collarbones and thread that left leg through. Plant the right hand down, reach the left arm up, reverse tabletop. Slowly lower down your hips as the left hand plants to the outside of your mat. Drive that left knee in towards your chest. Work on that active compression. And exhale to open into goddess pose. Internally rotate this right leg down. Double bent leg, Anjaneyasana. Shift your weight forward as that right knee comes in towards the chest. Exhale to drop that right foot down. Inhale to reach your arms up towards the sky. Exhale, cactus, open up the arms. On your next inhale, I want you to drive that left knee in towards your chest. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, push everything out. Inhale, hinge your weight forward as you make your way into double bent leg, Anjaneyasana. Exhale to drive open, active goddess pose. Plant the right hand down as the right knee comes in towards the chest. Thread that right leg out. Plant the left palm as the right arm reaches on the diagonal. Reverse tabletop. Plant the right hand to the outside of your mat as the right knee drives into the chest. Open up to stand, active goddess. Shift your weight forward into double bent leg, Anjaneyasana. Pull your collarbones forward as you drag that left knee in towards the chest. Exhale to drop that left foot down. Beautiful job, guys. One last time. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, cactus open. On your next inhale, drive that right knee in towards the chest. On your next exhale, push it out. Inhale, hinge your weight forward as that right foot finds the back of the mat. Double bent leg, Anjaneyasana. Exhale to drive it open. Plant the left palm as the left knee drives in towards the chest. Thread that left leg through. Plant the right palm as the left arm reaches up on the diagonal. Reverse tabletop. Plant the left hand to the outside of the mat as the left knee drives in towards the chest. Exhale, active goddess pose. Internally rotate that knee over towards the center. Hinge your weight forward as the right knee comes in towards the chest. Exhale, lower down that right foot to stand. Drop your arms along to your side. And recenter into your Tadasana. Take a moment to reintegrate. Inhale, reach your arms up towards the sky. As you exhale, cactus, open up the arms. Inhale, hands come to heart center. Take an exhale here. Inhale to reach your arms up. On your exhale, this time fold over. plant the palms, step the left foot back, followed by the right. High plank pose. Slowly lower down onto your belly for 5. Push the ground away from you, look forward, engage your glutes. 3, 2, on 1. Place your left hand at the 10 o'clock direction and your right hand at the 2 o'clock direction outside of your mat for oscillating cobra. As you inhale, peel the chest away from the earth. Draw the shoulder blades down the back body. And exhale to lower. Try to embody the shape. Imagine as if you are a wave in the ocean. As you inhale to rise, engage your glutes. Exhale to lower. Inhale, rise. And exhale to lower. Inhale, rise. This time pause at the top. And exhale, release. This time I want you to bring your hands just along the sides of your chest, almost as if you're going to shoot up into a high plank pose. I want you to draw your right heel in towards your butt. You could either flex or point the foot. And I want you to extend that right leg out. Drive the left heel into the butt this time. Again, you can flex or point the foot. And drive it open. This time, as we drive our right heel in towards the butt, I want you to, almost as if you're getting up from bed, push up to stand. Almost as if you are in this Skandasana prep. And as you lower, I want you to plant the hands along your chest again as you keep on driving that right heel in towards the butt. This time I want you to drive that left heel in towards the butt. And open up towards the left side of the mat. Skandasana prep. As you lower down, I want you to maintain that connection between the heel and the butt. Try to move with as much grace as you can. And again, find your own essence of flow here. Try to really embody this shape. This is your practice after all. And this does feel amazing to move our body this way. And feel free to stay as you are, but if you like an extra progression here, I want you to step down on this right foot, come up into your Skandasana. Drive that left heel down onto the earth. Slowly lower down and find your way into this modified locust pose. As you make your way onto the left, drive that right heel down this time, Skandasana. Slowly lower down your butt. And again, take your own rhythm here into this flow. Explore your essence, nature. Just one more round of this. As you make your way back to center, you could either push off into a child's pose, or you could push up into high plank, downward facing dog. You have a 10-count journey to the top of the mat. You could either tiptoe your way for 10 seconds, but try to keep your shoulders stable, or you could take 10 little hops. Either way, we're going to meet at a forward fold, top of the mat. Your journey begins for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, on 1. Fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time. Tuck your tailbone as you rise up. Reach your arms up overhead and sink your hips down low, chair pose. And we're going to slowly come onto our toes from chair. And as we lower, I want you to focus on driving your knees towards the chest as we lower down the elevator for 5, 4, slow it down, no elevator goes that fast, 2, and 1. Drive your collarbones forward. And with no momentum, I want you to slowly lower down your knees onto the top of the mat. As you exhale, drive your hips towards the top of the mat. Camel prep. As you inhale, bring your knees high up towards your chest. And I want you to drop your heels down as we stand up. Exhale, cactus, open up the arms. Inhale, bring your hands to heart center. Take an exhale here. On your inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Sink the hips low. Come up onto your toes, and this time we're not going to take a 5-count journey down to the mat, but we're just going to slowly make our way. Drive your knees in towards your chest. On your exhale, slowly lower down your knees onto the earth. Camel prep. Slowly come back onto your heels and press up to stand. Reach your arms up towards the sky. Exhale, cactus open. Inhale, hands come to heart center. Take an exhale here. Inhale to reach your arms up towards the sky. And as you exhale, sit the hips down low. Come up onto your toes. Drive those knees in towards the collarbones as you slowly lower down. Lower the knees down onto the top of the mat. This time I want you to go for full camel. Keep driving your hips towards the top of the mat. Keep opening up through the collarbones. Engage your glutes for 5, 4, 3, 2, on 1. Slowly plant your palms onto the earth. Step your left foot back, followed by the right, downward facing dog. Inhale, reach your right leg up towards the sky. Bend the right leg and find your way into wild thing. Sometimes I like to sink my hips low first to get myself into the position and use my feet to drive myself open. Corkscrew that left shoulder blade down the left arm. Slowly plant your right palm downward, facing dog. Inhale, the left leg reaches up towards the sky. Bend the left leg and make your way into wild thing. Corkscrew that right shoulder down the back body. Slowly lower down your hips. Plant the left palm downward, facing dog. And now we're going to put everything together, all the pieces, in one flow. Inhale, reach your right leg up towards the sky. Bend the right leg, lower your hips down. Exhale to shoot yourself up into wild thing. Lower the hips down. Plant the right hand towards the middle of the mat. And I want you to drive this right leg through. Reverse tabletop. Reach your right arm back on the diagonal as you shoot your hips up towards the sky. Exhale to drop the hips down low. Shin box over towards your right side. Walk your left hand towards the top of the mat as you thread that right arm under and through. Supported bridge pose. Drive your hips up towards the sky. Slowly lower down your hips onto the earth. Point your left leg up towards the sky. And we're going to almost come into this next position, almost as if we're entering a half pistol squat. Again, you could use your blocks to help you stand up and down. But either way, we're going to drive this left heel in a forward, forward, forward motion. And I want you to compress this left knee in towards your chest. Swivel on your feet into Skandasana. You're plenty prepared for it. Drive down on that left heel as you plant the palms down onto the earth. Three-legged dog, the left leg lifts. Straight onto side two, bend that left leg as you lower down your hips for Wild Thing prep. On your exhale, find that Wild Thing. Inhale to slowly lower you down. This time, plant that left hand in the middle of the mat as you squeeze that left knee in towards the chest. Thread that left leg through. Reverse tabletop. Reach your left arm up towards the sky. Slowly lower down your hips as your shins go over towards your left side. Plant the right hand onto the mat as you thread the left arm through. Supported bridge pose. As you lower the hips down to the earth, point the right leg up towards the sky, and use that right leg to pull you up and over. Bring that right knee in towards the chest. Bring it over towards the top of the mat, Skandasana. Plant your palms onto the earth, Vinyasa. So we'll take the next rounds in flow. And you know where we're going here, and feel free to rewind or pause the video. Inhale, the right leg reaches up towards the sky. Bend the right leg. Find your way into Wild Thing. Lower the hips down. As you plant the right hand in the middle of the mat, right leg goes through. Reverse tabletop. Reach the right arm up and above. Slowly lower down the hips as the shins go onto the left side. Right arm threads through. Supported bridge pose. Point the left leg out, and almost as if you're coming forward, forward, forward. Squeeze that left knee in towards the chest as you make your way into Skandasana. Drag down on that left heel as you plant the palms, three-legged dog, the left leg lifts. Bend that left leg as you lower down into Wild Thing prep. Exhale, Wild Thing. Inhale, lower down the hips. Left hand plants in the middle of the mat as the left leg threads through. Reach the left arm up. Slowly lower down the hips as the shins drop down towards the right. Thread that left arm through. Supported bridge pose. Slowly lower down the hips as the right leg points up towards the sky. Use your forward motion to pull your way into this half pistol squat. Drive that right knee in. Swivel on your toes, Skandasana. Plant the hands, Vinyasa. Inhale, the right leg reaches up towards the sky. Bend your right leg. Move into your Wild Thing. Right hand plants in the middle of the mat as the right leg threads through. Reach your right arm up as your hips drive towards the sky. Lower down the hips as your shins point out towards the left side of the mat. Right arm threads underneath the left. Supported bridge pose. Point the left leg out as you rise up into this half pistol squat, Skandasana. Plant the palms, three-legged dog. The left leg reaches up towards the sky. Bend the left leg as you find your Wild Thing. Slowly lower the hips down as the left hand plants in the middle of the mat. Thread the left leg through. Reverse tabletop. The left arm reaches up and over. Slowly lower down your hips as the shins drop over towards the right. Thread the left arm underneath the right. Supported bridge pose. Reach your right leg up and shoot your way forward into Skandasana. Plant the palms, Vinyasa. Beautiful job, everyone. And we'll start our last round on both sides. Inhale, reach your right leg up towards the sky. Bend that right leg, find your wild thing. Lower down the hips as the right hand plants the middle of the mat. The right leg threads through. Reverse tabletop, reach your right arm up. Slowly lower down the hips as the shins drop towards the right. Right arm threads underneath the left. Supported bridge pose. Lower down the hips as you point your left leg up into the earth. Pull your way forward into half pistol squat. Swivel over to Skandasana. Plant the palms, three-legged dog. The left leg reaches up towards the sky. Bend the left leg. Shoot over into your wild thing. Lower down the hips as the left hand plants in the middle of the mat. Left leg shoots through. Reverse tabletop. The left arm reaches up. Slowly lower down your hips as the shins drop over to the left. Your left arm is going to thread underneath the right. Supported bridge pose. Lower down your hips as the right leg points up. Half pistol squat. Skandasana. Palms meet at the top of the mat. Vinyasa. Beautiful, beautiful work. I love moving this way, and I hope you do too. Take a couple of breaths here. Inhale, the right leg reaches up towards the sky. Bend the right leg, and I want you to bring that right leg into your pigeon pose prep. Now I want you to enter and adjust yourself in pigeon by using that back left foot to adjust you into your most comfortable position. Our hips are well prepared for this moment. And if this is too much for you, please elevate your right glute or your right hips with a blanket or a prop. But for now, we're just going to drive our right shin down onto the earth, creating this activation in this upright pigeon pose before we fold over. Try to stay as upright as you can. You could tuck the back left toes if you wish. Hold it here for 3, 2, on 1, fold over the right leg. Use this moment to slow everything down. Find your comfortable depth. There's no point in going beyond your depth. In yoga, we play our edges. We don't go beyond them. It's to ensure that we keep practicing for many years to come. But for now, allow yourself to recenter. Make your way into an upright position. Tuck your left toes. Downward facing dog. And let's begin our journey to side 2 now. Lift the left leg up towards the sky. Bend the left leg. And I want you to come into pigeon pose on your left side now. And it's totally normal that one side is tighter than the other. But go ahead and please just elevate your left glute this time into an upright position. Keep flexing that left foot. Find your upright position for 3, 2, on 1. Slowly fold over that left leg. Adjust your stance as needed. And take a moment to catch your breath. I know that was a pretty dynamic flow, working on internal and external rotation of the hips while exploring different quadrants of the mat. And you should always be an explorer in your practice. Be willing to be part of your own process. Find a moment of steadiness, a moment of ease, a moment of calm. Slowly make your way back up, right? And I want you to just lean over your left shin as you swing that right leg up and over the left. You could either extend the left leg out or keep it close towards you. Extend and reach your left arm up and twist. Focus on twisting from the upper thoracic spine. Slowly, we're just going to switch sides. This time, reach your right arm up. And you're going to hook that right elbow on that left leg, twist. Try to ground down through your sit bones. Again, allow yourself to slow your energy down. Release the bind. And I just want you to find your Gomukhasana, cow face pose. You could either stay here or you can thread the left arm underneath the right and create this bind. Finding a nice release for the shoulders. Stretching out the fascia. Release the bind. And I just want you to come up onto your knees. And I want you to just bring the right leg over the left and sit your hips back into a seated position. This time I want you to thread the right arm underneath the left. Gomukhasana. Create space. Release the clasp. And I just want you to windshield wipe, your legs as a nice counter pose for all that work on the outer hips. And as you make your way back to center, I want you to find yourself onto your back. Grab onto the outer edges of your feet. Ananda Balasana, happy baby pose. This is our final folding shape of the day. We created a lot of compression through our thighs, reaching our chest. Try to soften your lower back. And if you'd like, you can stretch out the right leg and stretch out the left. This is always your practice to modify or intensify as you wish. Then slowly release the feet and take any shape you wish for your Shavasana. Close your eyes and let yourself melt into your Shavasana. Try to process where you were to where you are now. As we move from space to space and from place to place. Allow yourself this opportunity to rest. Take as much time as you need in your Shavasana. It was an honor to share this practice with you. Again, beautiful work as we flew through dynamic movement in that class. I hope you had as much fun as I did. I love being able to functionally move up and down the mat as if I am an explorer of my own practice. And I hope you take something away with you to be adventurous in your own practice. There are no rules, and they're all yours to create for yourself. I bow down to you and all of your efforts. Namaste.